foremost, giving honor and praise to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov. Giving double honors to 7130 South Chicago that taught me this truth. Giving double honors to all the brothers and sisters that the Creator has awoken in these last days. With that being said, peace and shalom. All right, brothers and sisters, I want to, we're going to be going over what you would call a random, we just going to be just doing a lesson today, something random, because I believe that a lot of us, we don't really know what times that we living in and what we need to be doing, in these times that we're living in, right? First scripture that I want to deal with the scripture, which is quote unquote Second Ezra's, Second Ezra's, the fourth chapter in the Apocrypha, and I'm gonna start reading at the 37th verse. It says, "By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times, and he doeth not more." It says, "And he doeth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled." So what is the Creator saying? The Creator is talking about, and today he's talking about what you would call the Euro-Gentile world power system. This is what the Creator is talking about. And see, like when we looking at these different events that's taking place on the world stage, like over there, for instance, I think it's in France or one of the European countries over there in Europe, there was a crashing that I think 11 people got killed, I believe. And then over the last week, we was just looking at something, and a couple of people got killed over here at Florida State University. See, a couple of people got killed over there at Florida State University. So when we talking about measuring the time, these are the times that's being measured. We looking at tariffs. We looking at a lot of situations that's taking place, like the tariffs that's taking place amongst the people is basically Donald Trump raging an economic war against the other nations, mainly the BRICS nations. Is because the BRICS nations is a conglomerate of different nations that are basically fighting against America from an economical standpoint of view. It's because these countries, they're tired of, um, they're tired of America putting tariffs on them and things of this nature, right? So when we looking at this, these countries have came together. They have put all their differences to the side, whether it's religious, political, or social, to topple the enemy that is at hand. And who is the enemy to the world? The enemy to the world is America, aka Babylon. See, so when the Creator is saying, "By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times," right? We got to understand what times are we living in. And see, we're living in what you will call the beginning stages of World War III. This is where we at with it. See, we're in the beginning stages of World War III. And if we don't have a true understanding of the Creator on who the Creator is, see, we're going to have problems. See, and we're already having problems. Is because our people is still worshiping the system as a god from a political, religious, and a social standpoint of view. See, I see certain people going to church today. And when I say this, I'm not saying this from quote unquote a malicious standpoint of view. I'm talking about so-called black people. They going to church, and you have some wonderful people in the church. You got odd people, you got wonderful people in the mosque, wonderful people that practice Judaism or different forms of religions. But we got to understand that these religions have hindered our people. And really, the religions that we're involved in is a result, this is a direct result of our disobedience as a nation of people. If you look at us, we're the only people on the face of the planet that don't have a land. We're the only face of the only face of the people on the planet that don't understand the true concept of nationality. In 2025, right? We're in 2025, right? And 2025 is really 2025 years that the so-called black man has been a slave under the Euro Gentile world power system, brothers and sisters. This been 2,000 years that we have been slaves under the Gentiles because of our direct disobedience towards the Most High. And as a result of this is why we was brought over here to America, brothers and sisters. Believe it or not, you can believe it or you don't have to believe it. But this is why we was brought over here to America, because of our disobedience. And we're not talking about us today. We're talking about our ancestors. See, when we looking at this, right, when we looking in the lens of our people, see, our people think that our slavery is from 1619. But in actuality, our slavery transcends 1619. We've been in slavery for over 2,000 years. We was in the Grecian Empire slavery. We was in the Medo-Persian slavery, the Babylonian captivity or slavery. And now we was in the Roman slavery. And now we're in what you would call the extension of the Roman Empire, which is the European Common Market System. This is where we at with it today. So when a lot of us, I know we do this in ignorance, right? We do this in ignorance, but our people, see, when we celebrate the New Year's, right? Even though New Year's doesn't start in January, the new year starts in the springtime, whether it's coming into April or in the beginning of March, right? Because we've been in captivity for so long, we don't even understand when is the actual new year, right? So when we looking at this, our people celebrating January the 1st as the new year. Oh, it's 2025. I'm finna stop doing everything, all the stupid stuff that I was doing in 2024. I'm a 2025 is gonna be a new year for me. Whatever I was doing in 2020, I'm not bringing that mentality to 2020, 21. Whatever I was doing in 2021, I'm not going to bring that mentality into 2022. Whatever I was doing in 2022, I'm not going to do it in 2023, 24, 25, so on and so on. But really, you're going to continue to do the same things is because why? It's because we are the derivative of our ancestors' direct disobedience against the power of the universe. See? So just because we want to stop arguing for 2025, we're still breaking the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Creator. See? You got a lot of us today, we take those vows going into the so-called New Year, which is January the 1st, right? And then we still eating crab, shrimp, and lobster, right? We're still being whoremongers, right, on our spouses. We're still practicing uh, the religion of Christianity. Our people have been beat down so much in the country that they don't even understand who they are. So let's look at some scriptures, right? You know, we're gonna go into this. It's not gonna be that long, but we finna go into some things, man. Let's look at this. Let's turn to the book of Isaiah, because this is talking about the so-called black man. Because what we gotta understand is that Negro history is the Bible. See, that this is our history. This is our saga. But we don't understand that it's because why? We have been disconnected. So let's look at this. Um, let's look at this real quick. Put the lens on it real quick. So it says Isaiah, the first chapter, the first verse. It says, the vision of Isaiah the son of Amos, which he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. See? So who is Judah? Judah is the tribe of the so-called black man. But in actuality, all the tribes are so-called Negroes, y'all. See, contrary to popular belief, what a lot of brothers in the truth are saying, all the tribes were so-called Negroid people. See, but see, he's specifically talking to Judah is because Judah is the head tribe. I believe Judah is the sixth son of Jacob. I believe so. But he's speaking to Judah is because Judah became the head tribe because of who? Because of David. See? Because of David. Because at first I believe it was Benjamin under Solomon. But what we don't understand is that these our ancestors. See, they didn't bring no niggas to America. They didn't bring no African Americans, no Negroes, no colors, no coons, no shines. They brought the direct descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to America. So when our ancestor was being cargoed on these ships, they knew exactly who they was bringing over here. So when the Creator is speaking to Isaiah, he's telling Isaiah because Isaiah was the Creator's Messiah during that time. And why am I saying that? It's because there has been many messiahs in the nation of Israel that came to deliver a message to the nation of Israel. Because why is that? Because the nation of Israel was disobedient. We was disobedient. And this is why we don't have a land. This is why we don't have a culture. This is why we don't have a language. We don't have nothing. We're not able to trade with other countries. Ain't that something? We're not able to, we don't have, see, we look at the other nations. They're arguing over natural resources. All wars are being fought over the control over the natural resources and the people. See, so we don't even have a landmass. Well, we have it, but we haven't been there for over 2,000 years. But what I'm saying is that for educational purposes, we don't have a landmass where we can extract the natural resources out of the land to be able to trade with other countries so that we can be able to sustain ourselves as a nation. We don't have, quote unquote, an army. See, we don't have leadership in the neighborhood. And the reason for that is because of the ancestors. Look at this. It says, because, you know, a lot of times we talk about how the Creator said that you were supposed to be a holy, or excuse me, one sec. Excuse me. So it says, so the Creator said that we were supposed to, I think Deuteronomy 7 and 6, it says that we supposed to be a peculiar people, a holy people, see, which is Quadash, right? But how we going to be Quadash and see, we're disobedient, brothers and sisters. We disobedient. We just came out of Easter. We're not supposed to be celebrating that. We're not supposed to be celebrating Christmas. And see, when you tell our people this stuff, our people still rebel against this. It's because when you have been separated from your culture, your language, your sense of being, right? You don't know what to do. See, because you was brought up by your parents, that was brought up by their parents, to follow the customs and traditions of the slave master, brothers and sisters. This is why we doing this. So I'm not saying this to be mad at the people, because there was a time where I loved Christmas too. But Paul said in the New Testament, see, when basically when you was younger, you did young things. I'm just paraphrasing, but once you become older, right, you do grown man things. Or Paul made a statement. He said, when you see the light, you gotta walk in it. And what's wrong with our people is that they're still in darkness. They don't see light. They don't see light. Our kids out here, they disrespectful. They just raging in the streets. Why is that? It's because our families have been destroyed. The family structure. So it says, the vision of Isaiah, the son of Amos, which he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, king of Judah, right? So it says, hear, O Israel, and give ear, O earth, for Yah have spoken it. And notice I said Yah. And why did I say Yah or Yehovah? Is because we have been conditioned as a nation of people to believe that our God is who? Jesus Christ, brothers and sisters. But don't even understand that that the people that have been teaching us quote unquote religion are a part of the fourth beast. We don't even understand that. They have given us another Messiah, a Messiah that we're thinking that's going to split the sky coming down, right, on a cloud and he gonna reap havoc on the whole earth. See, this is the Messiah that we have been given, but in actuality, this Messiah is what? It's a counterfeit Messiah. See, we don't know Yahshua, we know Jesus. We don't know Yah, we know Jesus. That's who we know. But see, when the nation of Israel was in their remembrance, when they understood who they were, even though we was following out the false gods back then, we knew who the creator was. So when it says, "Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for Yah have spoken, I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me." This is the Creator speaking through who? Isaiah, dealing with the moral corruption of the nation of Israel. See? Because the Creator empowered Isaiah, because Isaiah was going off too. He was listening to his family, and they were following out the false gods. They because I believe either we was in the land or no, this is during the time before the Babylonians came in and took us into captivity. See, so Isaiah is addressing the nation of Israel because why? Because we was disobedient. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider. They didn't consider back then when they knew the Creator, and we don't consider today. See, it's because we have been wrapped around the system that has beat us down in this country, in this captivity, for 500 and something years. See, we don't consider. Elijah Muhammad made a statement back in the day. He said, "What type of man would allow another man to set up a school in the neighborhood or religion?" And these are the same people that did what? Oppressed us. Brothers and sisters, Christianity is an oppressive religion. It had oppressed the so-called black man in this country. And then you got our people in our ignorance. We would say, well, them was the bad Christians. No, see, because the nation of Israel never followed Christianity. The Christians took the nation of Israel into captivity. So the religion that we're following is a religion of our slave masters, brothers and sisters. Let's look at this. Let's turn to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Let's see what that say. We're in the book of Numbers. No, let's go to Deuteronomy 28. Let's go to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, right? Verses 36 and 37 and 68. We're just going to read a couple of verses from this, right? So it says, "Yah shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee." And the king is just representative of a leader, see? "Unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known." And ain't America is a land that our fathers have not known, and it's not just America. It's all these land masses that the Creator allowed the other nations to take us into captivity, because slavery is a whooping stick for the black man. See, America is a slave system for the black man. When we was brought over here to this country, we was not brought over here to reap the benefits. See, while we sitting up here protesting and fighting in the streets, we fighting at the polls and everything, but we got to understand that America is a prison to the so-called black man. And it's going to remain a prison until we return back to the God of our forefathers. So it says, and Yah shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there shalt thou serve other powers, gods, wood and stone. That's what we doing today. See, when we following Islam, Islam is another oppressive religion that oppressed our people. See, we oppressed. It may seem like we're not oppressed. It's because, uh, you know, we have been beat down so much via slavery, and now we what? We colonize people. We colonize. We have what you would call Stockholm syndrome. Because the definition of Stockholm syndrome is basically when you fall in love with your captives. Now we want to be the president of the United States. We want to be the mayors and the senators, but these are the same people that set up laws in the countries via what? Black codes and things of this nature that oppressed our people. Now we want to become Christians. These are the wood and the stone that the Creator is talking about. And thou shalt become an astonishment. Look at our people today. In order for us to get a proper mate, we got to go on a show called Pop the Balloon just to find a mate for a woman or a man. See, all of this goobly gob that we have been subjected to. See, look at our children. Our children is raging in the streets. They don't have no respect for the elders. The elders don't have respect for the young people. The middle-aged people don't have respect for nobody. Look at Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp, he created a situation for himself from the mud. A Hall of Fame football player, but he's caught up in a what? In a scandal with a 20 or 19-year-old woman. That's an astonishment. This is what they say to us. Look how brilliant these people are. They pack the football, basketball stadiums. Wherever we put our hands on, we dominate. But we don't have no cohesiveness with each other. And they say what? These people are an astonishment. What type of people would allow another people to set up an educational system in the community, and then we go send our kids to the schools knowing the history behind these schools? All of these universities, and I'm not against people getting education, but I'm just saying the educational system in the country these are what? These are colonial schools. That's what they are. Duke University, Yale, when in its inception was a colonial educational system to do what? To re-educate the so-called Native Americans when they took over the country, brothers and sisters. See, we got to understand history. So when the Creator says you're going to be in astonishment, look at us today. We're 2025, we're still calling ourselves Negroes and colored folk, y'all. We still calling ourselves Negroes and colored folks. When you calling yourself an African American or I'm black, you are Negro. And this is what the creator said that our people was gonna be involved in. There's no person on the face of this planet that don't fulfill these prophecies in the Bible other than the so-called Negro. The Jews over there in the country, they don't fulfill Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. They didn't go into slavery. And in fact, they helped put us in slavery. What are we talking about? Right? So it says a proverb and a byword among all nations, rather Yah shall lead thee. So wherever you go, you're going to be an astonishment to the nations. And what is another concept of a proverb and a byword? You're not calling yourself Israel anymore. You calling yourself African American, colored man, black man. We come from Kemet, Egypt. We Moors, all this type of stuff, except who we really are as a people. Right? So let's look at this. This is why the creator said that what? We're gonna become an astonishment. So this is Isaiah's address. He's addressing the nation of our ancestors. Because look, we don't even know who our ancestors are. And a lot of us don't even consider. It says the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not conceive. You will never get nothing like this in the Christian church, y'all. You're not going to get that in here because they're not going to teach you that because they don't even know it themselves. It says, all a sinful nation. What is sin? Transgression of the law. Transgression of the law. But the so-called black man under the tutelage and the leadership of the slave master, now he says that the law is done away with. This is what he's saying today. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are not, it says children that are corrupted. See, we was corrupt. See, our ancestors was corrupt, y'all. Corrupt to the core. They have forsaken the Most High. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. So when we talk about why are we in slavery, because the so-called black man is still in slavery. Well, why do you say that, Yahshua? It's because, look, let me tell you something. If you don't have your own country, if you don't control your own country, if you don't control your own leadership, health, education, right, and economics, you still in slavery. Do we control these things? No, we don't. So we still in slavery. Irregardless if we can go buy a pair of gym shoes that cost $200 and something. You know what that is? You know what they say that is in prison? That's commissary. See, we able to get commissary, buy coats, shoes, food, and things of this nature. They got the same thing in physical prison. It may not look like it is outside of physical prison, but it's the same concept. So the Creator said, children that are corrupters, they have forsaken Yah, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger, and they are going away backward, meaning that what? They're not following the Creator, they following Lu. See? Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart is faint. From the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness. And we don't have no soundness even to this day. We're still celebrating Easter. We're still celebrating Christmas. Do we know that Easter and Christmas is a part of the worship system of the gods that was worshiped 3,000, no, 30,000, 40,000 years ago? These are the same gods that have been what? Repackaged and redistributed to the people. Just like Michael Jordan had the shoes, he came out with the Jordans around 1987, I believe, or 85, give or take. Michael Jordan ain't played basketball almost 30 years, but we're still buying his gym shoes because why? They are restructured and they're repackaged. All these gym shoes, majority of the gym shoes that we wear today comes from my era or eras that was before this, right? So what I'm saying is Christmas, Easter, the so-called New Year's, Halloween, Valentine's Day. See, all of this stuff, these are the customs and traditions of what? Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz. So I was just gonna do something light today, man. I'm gonna start coming on here and doing lives more often. So with that being said, I hope that you got something out of the lesson. Shalom.